Hey, everybody. It's Mel here. Thank you so much for joining us. Rachelle, how are you doing today?
Doing great. I'm frozen. Oh, wait, no, I'm back. Oh, good. It's Monday. Uh, I wasn't entirely sure that it was, in fact, a Monday. I don't quite know what the date is really right now, but it was good. It was a good day at school. Had some laughs, pretty much at my expense, but that's okay. How was your day?
Like, like with students, you had laughs at
Yeah,
your expense?
yeah. But I mean, like
Oh,
not anything bad or anything, just kind of, funny moments. That's all. So it was good. The day went fast. It really went pretty fast. So no complaints. How about you?
yeah. Yeah. Well, see, I'm 4 hours behind you. So my day's still like in the throes of happening. Like I still have school to do after this. And my kids always love it because I get caught off whenever I go live. And they're like, oh, we don't have to do anything. But yes, we're doing stuff. I've had a really good day. I woke up with a lot of energy. As you know, I'm getting my health back under control. And today is something I woke up and I felt like I had already drank all my coffee. That's how focused I was. That's how energized I was. And I haven't felt this good in a really long time.
That's
I don't
good.
even remember. Yeah, like it's crazy. So that's how my day is going so far. And it's always good to see you. I wanted to let you know that I love you.
Love you too.
Like this has been such a wonderful time to be able to do this 2 times a week with you since what, July?
Yeah, pretty close. Yeah, we started just you and I talking to each other. It was like earlier in the morning. It was really early for you. I think it was 10 or 11 I think it was 11 a.m. Eastern. So it would have been 7 for you. And then because
That's
people were
right.
home and everything, and then school. And we were doing this at 4, but that was tough when I went back to school because I don't even get home most days until 4. So I need that little buffer zone. So, but it's
That's
been a
right.
while. And our community is
It,
growing. And so it's good. Yeah.
yes, and our community is growing. And so if you have any like blog or your YouTubes or anything that any opportunities you want to share, make sure that you can post them in here. We'll drop them in the comments or just post them in our community. If you are watching from Twitter or YouTube and you'd like to be in our Facebook community, it's just facebook.com/groups/thrivein.edu. And we would love to have you. We are a very supportive educator community, which is a
Which
natural segue to our guests today
I know.
because they are very supportive educators. One of them I know pretty well. She's the jelly to my peanut butter, or I am the peanut butter to her jelly. We can never get it right anymore. But Amy Store is my friend. I met her a few years ago, but mostly we've had virtual like exchanges, but she's always there to help anybody. Like she's taken some like text messages from me like, what is Wakelet? Like I've never heard of this before. I remember sending her that. But she's a wonderful, wonderful educator, and she's a coach. And she and her sister Dyann, who I got to meet for the first time today, we're going to bring them up in just a second. But you always have a funny story to share, Rachelle. Do you have like anything you want to share?
I mean, I've known I haven't had a chance to meet Dyann until officially like in real life today, but they've co-moderated a Twitter chat for me for Formative, and I've known Amy for years in different communities at Bunsey Ambassador. I've had Amy on a coffee talk and lots of different, I mean, gotten a chance to be in person with her a lot of times, and I always love Amy's laugh and her enthusiasm. It makes me laugh, and I know we've had a lot of funny moments typically I think at the Bunsey booth, catching up there too. But it's good to have both of you today. So thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Yes, we're excited.
And just before I give you guys, you talk, I give you, I want to say, look at this beautiful, what do you call four people together? Look at
Oh,
this,
quad?
like it's not a duo, a quad. This beautiful quad of amazing girl bosses. Just want to say, love you guys. So glad you're here. But yeah, Amy and Dyann, tell us a little bit about you. And you guys are in Texas. You went through a horrible winter, like you went through Alaska, but was not prepared for Alaska weather last week. So tell us how you're doing and tell us about what's going on in your world.
So my name is Amy Store, and I am an instructional coach in Montgomery, Texas. It's about an hour north of Houston. I live in Plantersville, in our new home, and I'm also the lead tech integration mentor for my district. Both jobs I love. We just went through the winter storm of 2021. It had a name. Was it Uri? Winter Storm Uri? And I feel bad even complaining about what I went through because there's still so many who are suffering because of it. But yeah, we were not prepared for the below freezing temperatures, the loss of water, loss of electricity. We're used to hurricanes. Hey, Jen. But we're not used to storms like this, ice storms. And you know what happened Sunday night? It was Sunday night or it was Monday?
Sunday.
It was thundering.
Yeah.
They call it, there's a name for it. It's that thunder snow. Thunder snow. That's where 2021 has taken us. It was thundering as it was pouring down snow from the sky. It thundered. I thought I was hearing things. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. We're so glad you're here. Yeah. And we're glad you survived it. And it's like 78 degrees where you are. So I'll go ahead and just take your winter because everybody's blaming it on me anyway. I can't tell you how many text messages and tags I got for Alaska weather. I promise you people I didn't do it on purpose. But Dyann, how are you doing?
I'm good. My name is Dyann Wilson. I am a middle school counselor in Aldine ISD at Teague Middle School. I've been a counselor for 6 years. I love it. But I guess I'll just talk about the winter storm. So the snow was beautiful. We woke up. It was beautiful. I've never seen snow like that. It was just beautiful. And then chaos. Like the beauty went away really fast. The power, the no water, having a 4-year-old and a 9-year-old in the house, cooped up, can't go outside, can't go anywhere because you can't drive on the roads. I read a lot of books. It was exhausting. It was nice to kind of reconnect. My husband was home too, so we were all together again. And then my ceiling fell. So because of pipe burst, we were sitting watch. I love Hobbit. I'm sure y'all have seen me talk about it on Twitter. I'm obsessed with Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. But anyway, we were watching Hobbit, and my kids are running around the house, and my husband felt water on his face, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, what just happened?" And it was water from the ceiling, and then it was coming out of this light fixture that we had to take down. It was just flowing out of our light fixtures, and then it was traveling into our living room, and so. The next day, we had a neighbor who came over and he blessed us that night. He fixed our plumbing for free. And then the next day, this is a crazy story, but a very heartwarming story. My ex-husband and my husband fixed our ceiling yesterday together. And he owns a construction company. And he also didn't charge us. So it was blessing upon blessing. We just kept getting a lot. And my daughter got to experience the co-parenting, because she's never witnessed her dad and stepdad in the same room together. So it was beautiful, but it was odd, but it was, it was awesome. I mean, it was great.
That is a lot going on between the weather, the water.
An amazing story. Yes.
Yeah, it was very moving.
Where were you guys? Did the ceiling just fall through? Was it like on TV when ceilings just fall down?
No, it was the water. It started sagging, and then pieces started falling, and then we just started ripping. Just to get the water because the ceiling was just sagging at that point. It was full of water, so we just started ripping sheetrock out, and eventually, what was a little piece of sheetrock turned into my entire ceiling was off. So it was a lot.
Wow. Wow. Well, bless you both for making it through, especially all of that. But I'm glad that you're able to see good things happening and that there are beautiful things happening through that adversity. So, oh my goodness, I can't even imagine, I can't even imagine. So you guys have, talk about a storm. You two have kind of taken over this year coming together. Tell us about this Tech Care Twin stuff. Tell us what you're doing.
I was thinking about this morning. I think it was last February, literally right before the world shut down. It was right before TCEA. My sister and I were in San Antonio. We got this idea hey, why don't we just present together and I can share tech and you can share how it can be used as a counselor. And this was well before Tech Care Twins came around. And so we presented there and it was awesome. It was a a full capacity room. It was my sister's first time presenting, and she did a wonderful job. And so then she caught the presenter bug, as we all do, and she's like, let's continue. So, and I'll let Dyann share this part because it really is a cool reflection on what the pandemic taught her as a counselor. When the pandemic hit, she reached out to me, and we'd already been talking about kind of how you can use Wakelet and other tools, but she was at a loss as to how she can stay connected to her family, students, and teachers from afar, how to be a remote counselor. And so she kind of started that journey, and it's just blossomed into, I'm just her biggest fan. She's done such a great job, and just keeping and checking the pulse of all of her parents, families, students, and teachers from afar, which is the coolest thing ever. So then we started thinking, hey, let's start like applying to go at all kinds, because you don't really see a lot of counseling sessions at a technology conference. Like the conference that I went to with Dyann, like I've been to TCEA, ISTE, and like when you go present at tech conferences, they outfit the rooms with projectors. Like you don't have to bring your own, right? At the counseling conference, I walked in and I was like, Dyann, where's the projector? She's like, oh, we were supposed to bring one. I'm like, what? We had to quickly go find one. I was panicking because our session was about tech and we couldn't get connected. Oh gosh, there go my lights. Okay, so then Dyann had this idea. They go down if I sit still. I'll get up in a second. Dyann can talk. Dyan's like, what could our name be? And she said, hey, what about tech care? Like, take care. And I was like, that is genius. And then she got a student of hers to draw up the coolest graphic of us for us to have stickers, because that's cool. But I'm gonna let her share how she kind of got here, because it really is a cool way to show how she got uncomfortable and the things she's done since then. So I'll let her go here as I turn my lights on.
So when we went to Texas School Counseling Association in February, which was before COVID happened, I think COVID was starting to happen, but we weren't really too worried about it yet. But we would present together, and she would obviously present more than me because I didn't know the tools like she did. I was just showing like the guidance lessons and how you can. I didn't want to use tech at that point. I was like, I'm not using anything else in my program. As a counselor, we wear a million hats already. We do a ton of non-counseling duties, and so. She had been pushing me to add more tech into our program, and I was like, no. And then March, I was in Florida for spring break, and then COVID happened, and then I knew that my district wasn't going back. And so I called her. I'm like, how do I push out all these resources and information? Like, what can I do? And she's like, Wakelet. And that kind of just snowballed into Flipgrid and Wakelet. I don't use Buncee a whole lot, but I do use Wakelet and Flipgrid probably the most. Wakelet is what we're using right now to push out resources to our community for water and food distribution. All of our parents can go to one Wakelet and they can find all the resources listed for water and food distribution. So, and it became so big in our district, we were the first counseling team to be recognized by the board, which is unheard of as a counseling team to be recognized by the school board. And that was before the winter storm hit. We were actually recognized by the school board and our superintendent. So that was pretty neat. But I use it now for all my guidance lessons. I have it for gaming club, which we have a gaming club on our campus. So the kids, it's student led. So they run the Wakelet. There's just so many opportunities that I didn't know could make my profession a whole lot easier. My profession's going in a different route right now. I'm still counseling. I love counseling. I'm never going to stop counseling, but it's going in a different direction. Something that I never thought would happen. So it's been a surreal journey. And even we got to present for Wakelet. That was insane. Like presenting for Wakelet and then having people from like Ukraine and Singapore and like all over the world, like dialing in to listen to these two girls from Texas talk about Wakelet. It's been a crazy year. It's been crazy.
She has this really, really cool, and if you go to the Wakelet that you shared, that was shared, she has this thing, it's called a virtual calming room. And she got the idea from an educator, in Florida, Dyann, or California?
She was California. I don't even know who she is. I wish I did so I could call her out. Not call her out.
Credit her. So it's a place where teachers and families and students, and that's the great thing about Dyann is when she's finding resources. It's not just for her kids, it's for her families, it's for her teachers, it's the entire community, which is so important. So she does this virtual calming room where anyone can go there and they can click on, like my favorite is the virtual animal cams, and they can click on that and there's a whole library of animal cams that kids can go to, or families. There's yoga, meditation. It's like a calming room you would have at school, but all run through Google Sites. It's one of the coolest things, and it's one of the most popular things that people take away when we present together and share is, how can I get started? And which of course you could use anything for a virtual calming room, but yeah, it's pretty awesome.
So you're saying that in this Wakelet that we dropped in the comments, there is a virtual calming room in that collection?
Yeah, I think if you scroll down towards the bottom, it's like our extras that we're sharing. And it says, I think it says it says calming room in the title. But we share on that Wakelet, we share 4 tools and how you can use them alongside guidance lessons and counseling programs, Wakelet, Flipgrid, Buncee, and Flocabulary. So all 4 we share and how you can use them as a school counselor, because they all lend itself to so many different aspects of education. But I will say the most favorite part of that presentation for teachers is Wakelet, Canva to make graphics. That's in the little extra we share. And then of course the calming room. It's just, we love, it's just been so much fun. Like, we're in our 40s now, and never once since we started education did I ever think, hey, I should present with my sister. And it's like, she's like one of the only people I want to present with now. It's just so much fun being together. And I love watching her share. Like, I just stand back in awe of her, because this is not comfortable, and it is now, but starting off as a presenter and being that vulnerable in front of other people, that's not like her cup of tea. So she's grown so much, and yeah, we're really excited about sharing.
And Amy, so I love that. And I love that you guys are so for each other. That's just incredible. So Dyann has shared a lot how like tech has tech has influenced her now. How has her counseling influenced you? And Dyann, feel free to tell us about how Amy has changed because you guys working together.
So a lot of the things she shares, like the virtual calming room, after she shared that with me, because a big part of my job as an instructional coach is taking care of my people, and my people are staff, families, teachers, students. And to do that, we have to honor their self-care and give them time to breathe and do all we can to honor their time. That's my most important thing this year, is to make sure that I'm honoring their time from 8 to 3:30. Make sure everything I do is intentional. If it can be shared in an email or a video versus having to take up a conference, then I'm going to do that. But after she showed me the virtual calming room, I have a board in my room, like a portable whiteboard, and I run those animal cams and all the meditation YouTube videos she has on there. So when teachers come in, we have like a little area with like a mini fridge and snacks, and they come in and they can hear the waterfalls and grab a sweet treat. So yeah, she's a lot of things I never thought about. She has taught me, totally rad. But the calming room for sure is the one thing that I've taken away and used the most, for sure.
Yeah, I think so. Like,
Dyann,
I'm sorry. Both of us have
No, go ahead.
We bounce off each other. She teaches me things. I mean, obviously we're best friends. We're twins. We've lived together forever. We've known each other forever. But this is we truly have been learning from each other and connecting and bouncing ideas. And she's the first person, probably the only one I go. Obviously, I think she's the only person I go to for like, what do I do? She's the pro on tech. I'm not quite as high as she is yet. Maybe one day, but I think, and we're working better together, and
oh, that's cool.
I don't think I'd be where I was at today without her, obviously, in life in general, but with my profession, my counseling program has changed, and it's never going back to the way it was again, ever, especially if I'm going to stay in the same school in the same district. They already know it's not changing. I'm staying. It's just going to keep going forward with tech. But there's a huge award you can apply for called CREST. I don't know what it stands for, but it's for counselors. And the only way I can apply for this award is if you have to meet certain criteria. And I've met all of them because of technology. I'm collecting data.
Aw.
I'm looking at, like, so many things are happening that way I can apply for this award for my counseling team. That wouldn't have happened without technology. So it's been it's been a crazy, beautiful ride, and for sure. But like she said a while ago, my word this year and last year probably too is uncomfortable. And that's a very negative word, but for me, it's not. I seek out uncomfortable situations. I want to be challenged. If I feel uncomfortable and anxious and nervous, I'm just going to keep moving forward. And that wasn't me a year ago. I wouldn't take risks. I would just stay in my little bubble, my little box, and be like content with what I was doing on my campus. And now I'm like, nope, we're going to keep breaking barriers and showing other counselors that there's a different way if you want to advocate for your profession, this is the way. For me, this is how I'm advocating for my profession, for my counseling role, what I'm supposed to be doing on my campus. So it's been awesome.
That is awesome. I love it. And I love how you've known each other your whole lives and you just came up with this idea last year, but I think it's great. It's, it was just on time. It wasn't late. It was just on time. That is so cool. So Rachelle, I haven't heard from you for a bit. What are you thinking? Are you ready to start playing our game? I know, sometimes my segues aren't that great.
Well, I don't know when I would have said anything in the last 15 minutes because everybody's been talking. I've just been listening. I did have something a while ago, but there's a lag, I think. I started, but I don't know, you don't hear, so I just stopped talking because I figured the lag. Because I was going to say, it reminds me with Amy and Dyann, I was thinking of Jamie Donnelly, my BFF, and every time I get to present with Jamie, it's like, it's so much fun. And just always like learning from her. I totally miss that because we would always, you have a presentation for, say, FATC or ISTE or TCEA, and I'm like just adding Jamie's name on. Hey, guess what? Hey, guess what? But it's just so nice. And now in the past year, obviously no conferences, and we haven't had a chance to do anything in like this virtual space at all. But which is kind of why I like doing these and having these conversations. So you at least have other people involved and have some fun. But no, I think it's great, especially in the last year since you've joined forces and you both bring different perspectives and experiences. And that's a great message for people who are in similar situations as you that think like, oh, I could never do this, or I don't have anything to add or contribute, or I don't have this knowledge. I mean, any number of things where we have that self-doubt about what our experience, like we don't have enough, which is not true. I mean, we're in education, we're flexible, creative, and we deal with everything. Like even today, I told my students, they're like, what are you doing today? I went, I don't know. they said, oh, come on. I said, well, let me tell you, I had an idea first period and that didn't go well. So I changed it and I thought I had an idea for this class, but I don't know. We'll see. And it's just the way that it goes. Cause you never know if the tech's going to work or anything. So anyway, it's okay.
I know. I saw a post this week that said that people don't hire former teachers because of inflexibility. And that really made me so mad. This is where I'm going to use that whatever. Like, are you kidding me? That's crazy. We are so flexible and we change like crazy. And, talking about co-presenting, Amy, we presented vocabulary.
Yes.
A few years ago. Like, was it the same year I left? It was only like 2 or 3 years ago. That was so cool. I wish I would have remembered that earlier, but that was fun. I was kind of like learning from you at the time because I had just started presenting also. So it is cool if you can find somebody that you really love to present with and that shares the same passions for education that you do. We're getting really close to our time, so we're going to end it with a fun game. Like this is starting to become my favorite part of our lives, like being silly together, because we can be all serious, but we got to laugh too. So are you ready for this or that, Rachelle? I'm putting you on the spot.
I've been ready. Good to go.
All right, let's do it.
All right. First song. First one is about a song. Would you rather be forced to sing along or dance to every single song you hear?
Oh gosh.
Okay, so this is would you rather. We're doing would you rather. Okay.
A couple, yeah.
Change it. What is the choice?
Would you rather be forced to sing along or dance to every single song you hear?
Sing along.
Dance.
I'd probably say dance too. Nobody wants
I'm
to
going to
hear
be
me
singing
sing.
with Amy.
That sounds
I want to
good.
hear myself sing. It doesn't matter.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's see. Would you rather give up air conditioning and heating for the rest of your life or give up the internet for the rest of your life?
Mm.
Oh.
Easy.
I'm in
Heating
Texas,
and
so
cooling.
internet.
It'd have to be internet. I have to have my AC.
Oh my.
If I was in Alaska, I would
Free
choose internet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my.
I would
That's
choose
easy
AC.
internet, but I was just being foolish.
Let's see. Okay. Would you rather be able to only communicate using emojis or never be able to text again at all?
Emojis. I like emojis, so
Yeah.
that'd be fun.
All right.
Maybe
I
annoying.
choose emojis.
Yeah.
I like emojis.
I like emojis.
Mhm.
Did Amy answer?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with emojis too. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Next one. Would you? You're not asking that one. Would you rather have a sing-off
No,
with Eric?
now you have
What?
to.
No, because it wasn't that funny. It was just like it was a weird one. Would you rather have a sing-off with Ariana Grande or a dance-off with Rihanna? I didn't make it up. It's just on the screen. So
I think I'm gonna go with dance off because I like her a little bit better.
I mean, I guess dance off because I definitely can't beat Ariana in singing.
yeah,
But
definitely
you
not.
can beat Rihanna.
I mean, I can try. It'd be hard.
I would make everybody laugh regardless because I would lose. I'd be the
Yes.
blooper. It would be the blooper shot of, so it doesn't matter. I'd blooper it all.
Oh my gosh.
But probably nobody wants to see me shaking it. I don't need to be shaking it on screen, so probably singing, I'll say.
Too much. I asked that one the other day. This is a different list, but would you rather go on tour with Elton John or Cher?
Ooh. Elton John.
I like
Dang.
Cher. I'm going with
No,
Cher.
Elton
I think
John.
I'd take Cher too.
I want Elton John.
Well, if you two take Cher, I'll go with Elton John. Either way, you're going to win. That's
Yeah.
amazing. How could you
Yeah.
even decide?
I know.
This one's ridiculous. Would you rather talk like Yoda or breathe like Darth Vader?
What was the first part?
Would you rather talk like Yoda or breathe like Darth Vader?
Oh, talk like Yoda.
Yeah, Yoda.
For sure. Because I can't stand heavy breathing.
I'm
Oh man.
a mouth breather. So I'll be Darth Vader because I'm a mouth breather. It'd just be a natural, part of my life.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I have two more for you. Would you rather give up cursing forever or give up ice cream for 12 years?
Ice cream, I'll give that up. I'm not giving up cuss words.
Yeah, that's gonna be hard.
Oh man.
Cursing.
Actually,
I don't mind giving up ice cream.
all right, I lied. I'm going to give you
I
two
can
more.
easily.
Would you rather work for Michael Scott or Mr. Burns?
Mr. Burns. Who's that?
Is that Simpsons?
Yeah, tell me.
Oh, Michael
Oh,
Scott's
that
The Office. Yeah,
Yeah.
Michael Scott. Yeah.
Michael
Yeah,
Scott or
Michael
Mr.
Michael
Burns?
Scott. Plus,
Sure.
Michael Scott is hot.
I don't know about that one. No comment. Okay, last one. Well, I got to pick a good one for this one. There's a lot of really good ones in here. All right. Would you rather have $1 million now or $5,000 a week for the rest of your life?
5,000 a
Oh,
week.
it's hard.
I'm doing the math in my head. Yeah.
Right.
I'd take the $1 million now. And
Maybe-
then I
maybe-
invest it
well,
wisely.
So would you
Yeah, I
be,
would get with
would you
Cher
be
and invest
taxed?
it.
if you got $1 million now, how much would be going away in taxes as
Well,
opposed to 5,000?
I wasn't thinking about that, but I figured I'd talk to my dad about doing some investments and cross my fingers and hope that I made out in the long run. Guess it depends on your age
I
too,
feel like-
right?
I'm going to take the 5,000. I feel like that could be like, if I live a long time, that could actually be more
Yeah, that could be a lot.
advantage. Yeah, that could be a better advantage. That's a good question. That's a good math question.
Right?
It is, yeah.
Yes, for
Well,
sure.
you'd actually, like, if I lived for 40 more years, it would be only $200,000. Wait, that's not, wait.
Oh,
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
No, it's a week, right? No, that's wrong.
so it's like
Oh.
50.
I'm not even going to try to do the math and make a
So
fool of
it'd be
myself.
$250,000 in a year, right? Because 52 weeks, that's not
Yeah.
right.
Oh, yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I wasn't good at math.
So then in 4 years,
Trying to do
assuming
math
that
on
everything
the spot.
stayed.
Yeah. So $5,000. Even Jennifer Ledford, she says $5,000 a week. So yeah, I think that sounds. Of course, if you invested wisely, it could be something more too. I don't know.
Mhm.
It's so crazy. Well, it is, our time is up. But before we go, I'd like to ask everybody if you have any last words that you would like to share with our community. So, ladies.
I would share, just, connect with us on Twitter. We're very active on Twitter, and we would love to support you in any way, if it's related to tech integration or tech integration with counseling. But yeah, I think the most important message here is, look what happens when you get eager to be uncomfortable. You get to experience things like Dyann did, and she's a better counselor because of it.
I agree with all the
Mhm.
above. And I think, and every time we speak to somebody, I always say the same thing about I urge anyone to just seek out things that make you uncomfortable. That's where I found my growth. That's my PD. That's where I learned how to be a better counselor and a better mother, wife, friend, coworker. My life has forever changed this year. It's crazy because this year's a hard year, but my life has changed. So I just urge you just to be uncomfortable and find those moments and just stay with them. Pick one tool you like and just go with it. Just one tool, and then keep building your library.
I agree so much. And thank you, ladies, for coming and joining us today. And we wish you the best of luck and for everybody in Texas as you recover from the winter storm Uri. We're so sorry that you had to go through this, but thank you for sharing that part with us. And we just wish you the best of luck going forward. And we'll see you all on Friday at 5 o'clock. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.